Hello students, welcome back. From today we start with our semester second and paper first. The name of the paper is Animal Systematics and Diversity fourth. So in this semester we have to study the animal systematics and diversity fourth. In this paper we have to cover total 4 chapters. Already in last video we discussed about the syllabus, and the first chapter in the syllabus is silent features of some classes and its subclass with example. For example, we have to study the three different classes: class Reptilia, class Aves, class Mammalia, along with its classification. So let us start with class Reptilia. Here we are discussing about the general characters of class Reptilia. The class Reptilia, which includes the animals which are the cold-blooded animal. And if you just consider the meaning of the word reptilia, so here it is a Latin word, and the Latin word is reptilia. The meaning of that word is a creeping. So all the creeping animals, we are make a group of them and we are included here in the class reptilia. The skin of these animals has a few cutaneous glands and high level of keratin. The keratin which prevents water loss through the skin. The scales and scutes, they are formed from the epidermis and are also made of keratin, which protect the body. The reptiles, they are considered as tetrapods. Tetrapods means what? They possesses the two pairs of limbs, or we call it as a four legs. Four-legged animals. So we call them as a tetrapods with two sets of paired limbs. It is one and the same. Most of these animals, they have five clawed toes on each limb, and all reptilias, they have spinal cords and strong skeleton system with a rib cage. They have a well developed brain and central nervous system. Unlike the amphibians, which we study them in the first year, okay, amphibians, for example, frog. So, unlike the amphibians, reptile do not pass through an embryonic stage with gills. In other words, we can also say that during the embryonic stages, the gills are absent. So these animals, they breathe with well developed lungs right from their birth, and most of them, they have two lungs. The exceptional case is snake. All the reptiles, they have three chambered heart. Here also the exceptional case is crocodile. The crocodile possesses the four chambered heart, like mammals and birds, while remaining all other reptiles except the crocodile possesses three-chambered heart. See, the reptiles, they have digestive system which has muscular opening, okay, at the base of the tail, which is known as anus. Now, in case of reptiles inhabiting the arid region, water is further absorbed into the body and only the remaining waste is excreted throughout the body and not the water. Then 12 pairs of cranial nerves are present. These amniotic eggs, the animals, they laid the amniotic eggs and they can survive without water, as they have a outermost protective shell and membranes that allow the oxygen and other gases to enter and go outside. The respiration, which is takes place only and only with the help of lungs. The offsprings of reptiles, they resemble the adult parents at the time of birth itself. There is no metamorphosis occurred in case of the amphibians. The lateral sense organs, they are also absent. They are the first animal with amniotic eggs that can be laid on land and not in water. So these are the animals who laid the eggs on land. The reptiles characteristic includes the internal fertilization, as the sperm gets deposited into the reproductive tract of the female animals directly. The cloaca, which is absent, then the parental care, which is also absent. Here, the sexes are separate, male usually with muscular copulatory organ, then the Jacobson's organs, which are present in the roof of mouth. If you just consider the kidneys are metanephric type and excretion is of uricotelic, which require less amount of water to excrete. Then the endoskeleton is bony and skull is with one occipital condyle. Skin is dry and skin glands are totally absent. The body is bilaterally symmetrical and the body is divisible into four parts: head, neck, trunk, and tail. So, all these are the general characters of class Reptilia. Okay, now in this chapter, we have to study the classification along with the general characters. So, here we finished with the general characters of Reptilia. Now, in short, we are just consider the outline of classification. So, here the slide shows you the classification of Reptilia. See, there are four subclasses. The first one, that is Anapsida, Parapsida, Dipsida, and Synapsida. So these are the four subclasses. So class Reptilia is divided into four subclasses: Anapsida, Parapsida, Dipsida, and Synapsida. Out of these four, the two classes are extinct: Parapsida and Synapsida. They are extinct. The animals from these subclasses were extinct. So remaining two subclasses are there, Anapsida and Dipsida. Now we are going to discuss about those subclasses. The first one, that is the Anapsida. The Anapsida, which is divided into two orders. The Cotyosauria, that is the first one, and Chelonia, that is the second order. So subclass Anapsida is divided into two orders. Cotyosauria, the animals from this order are extinct. And if you just consider the next order of Anapsida, that is the Chelonia. The example is Chelone, then the Trionyx and the Tuxedo. These are the examples. Okay. The next one, the Parapsida, which we said already that was extinct. Now the next, that is the Dipsida. See, the subclass Dipsida, which is divided into two suborders, Lepidosauria and the Orcosauria. See here, actually the name Orcosauria, which is just present below the Lepidosauria. Actually, by mistake, it was shifted towards here. Okay, but actually it must be there here in this place. Okay, so the Lepidosauria, that is the first order, and the Orcosauria, that is the second order. So the Lepidosauria, which is divided into the two orders. The first one, that is the Rhynchocephalia. The example is Sphenodon. And the second order of Lepidosauria, that is the Squamata. The order Squamata is again divided into two suborders, Lacertilia and the Ophidia. Here also the Ophidia, which must be present here. Okay. The example of the Lacertilia is lizard, and example of Ophidia is snake. Okay, so by mistake, at the time of mailing the PPT, or at the time of mail the PPT, the um, names, they were just shifted or from one place to the another place. Okay, so just try to understand. The two suborders are there of squamata. The first one is Lacertilia and second one is the Ophidia. So the first example of the Lacertilia, that is the lizard, and the example of Ophidia is the snake. Then the second suborder of Diapsida is there, which we call it as the Archosauria, which is divided. Okay, see this one, Archosauria, which is divided into the order the Crocodilia. And the example of Crocodilia is Crocodilus, alligator, and the Gavialis. So these are the different examples. So students, try to remember the four different subclasses: Anapsida, Parapsida, Diapsida, and Synapsida. We just study the characters of all these subclasses in the next few videos. But here you have to remember the four subclasses: Anapsida, Parapsida, Diapsida, Synapsida. Out of the four, two were extinct: Parapsida and Synapsida. Okay. So in this video, we learn about the general characters of Reptilia and classification of Reptilia. Outline of classification of class Reptilia up to the order. In next video, we will study the different characters of different orders. Thank you.